Praise the Lord, everybody. I'm not going to be long. I'm going to be short to the point. And I don't know why Pastor Linda make this all this big to do.
Yes.
But it's something that we really need, you know. And we say that, you know, we want to be a blessing to the kingdom, but how can we be a blessing to the kingdom when we're not a good steward of what God has blessed us with? And God has blessed us with income, which means we all have a job. Don't everybody have a job? And we all should have a job. And that's a scripture. Come on down, Maylee. Start reading. Well, I figured somebody gonna say I ain't coming with a Bible scripture, so I gotta start out with a Bible scripture. About a couple. But okay. Not right now. Okay. You know, Bishop always talking about get a budget, have a budget. And you'll be surprised that most people who really don't have a budget. And I was really surprised that most people, they'll say, I just get paid and I just pay whatever I can pay and the rest put in another pile. And it just piled up and piled up and piled up. I'm the type of person, I just believe in paying. If I owe, I pay. And I've always been like that. I owe, I pay, and I always try to stay within my realm. And another thing that you should always do, stay within your realm. Do not try to keep up with the Joneses. When you try to keep up with the Joneses and the Smiths and whoever, you'll get out of your lane. And it don't take long and it don't take much to do it. And I tell all you young people who just starting out, be careful about the amount of credit cards you get. You don't need all those credit cards. Credit cards will get you into a lot of trouble. Especially when you go away to college. The first thing you get all these little free credit cards. And the first credit card I got in college, it was a Sears credit card. I was so happy to get that little credit card. And today, I can say, September 2018, I finally paid that card out. Yay! And you know what the thing about it was? I just had the card, and I didn't use it. The last time I used that card was I needed some tires for the car. And each tire gonna cost me $340. And so my husband said, well, don't you got a credit card? And I ended up putting the tires on the car. But the thing about it is that when you get a credit card when you're real young, you don't have much credit, they're going to charge you high interest. Yeah. And I looked at my card the other day, and I looked at it, and I said, oh my gosh, the amount of money I'm paying to pay each month, I'm not using the card, they were charging me like $50 just an interest over the time. Mm-hmm. And also that when your credit is not the best, you're going to get charged the highest interest rate.
Right.
And it's going to keep charging you the highest interest rate. Every now and then, if you've been faithful in paying your card, you can give them a call and ask them, can you reduce my interest rate? Mm-hmm. And they will do it. But if you skipping and missing, they will not do it. Now, if you go interest rate sometimes will be 13%. That's a lot. 13% interest rate. Mm-hmm. When your credit is bad, they're going to get the money out of you. And I've been there, done that. Me and Pastor Barlowe, we had our financial difficulty, but the thing about it is we struggle, but we pay who we can pay, and we did our best. And like you said, the only reason why he couldn't file bankruptcy is for the fact that he didn't have the money to file bankruptcy. And at the beginning of our marriage, he did all the bills. And so we agreed about, I just gave him my check and he paid all the bills. And when it comes to marriage, And I also your daddy on, so I'm going to get you good so you don't have to ask me no questions.
Come on,
When you get married, before you say I do and we do, y'all need to sit down and talk about how y'all going to do y'all finance. You have to, because majority of your argument going to come over money.
Right.
It's going to come over money. And she going to say, well, I'm used to getting my hair done and nails done. And you going to say, well, we can't afford all that now. Can you do it yourself? And that's happened. And you know, and all y'all single sisters, and well as y'all single brothers, y'all need to get y'all affairs together. In your singleness,
Come on, Sister Barlowe.
you should be owing every Tom, Dick, and Harry in your singleness. Because all you got is yourself.
Right.
And your singleness, try to manage your budget. Because what if somebody come along, men's too, and let's say Sister so-and-so got all these debts. Or you're going to be honest and tell him, you know what, I got all these debts and I got bad credit. And he might say, that might be a little bit too much for me, because you said when you say I do, well, he's supposed to help take care of them bills. Not everybody don't want to take care of bills, especially other people have made. So I said, do your best, try to start out, you know, work on your debts. Because some people do not want to take over a burden of debts. Because let's say that you're the one with the bad credit and he's the one with the good credit. That means that everything y'all get, he has to get in his name. And it's going to be everything in his name. House, his name. Car, his name. But we married, but everything is in his name. So, I advise you, work on yourself. Work on your credit. Because the Bible said we're supposed to be a steward of our credit, of our income, what God blessed us with. We're not supposed to be, as saints of God, we the salt of the earth, but we always broke and busted and disgusted. I got to the point where I said, I'm tired of living from paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. When's the time I can enjoy my money? Now, I'm in the stage in my life where I said, I'm tired of paying people. I want to be able to have a paycheck where pay the necessity and the rest is mine to do whatever. And so I'm on a goal. My goal, okay, let me back up. A budget can help you locate the area in which your spending may be out of control. Tracking your expenditure leads to a budget. Most people don't even know how much they spend each month. Anybody know how much you spend each month? Some people keep track of. Now, Pastor Barlowe, he got it down on a piece of paper, everything. He knows what he spends. And me, I know I'm the type of person, I pay everybody I need to pay, and when I can pay everybody every week, I say, Lord, I thank you for allowing me to pay everybody every week. Right. And there's been time where we used to say, well, we can't pay this person this week, we can't pay this person. So like I said, we've been down that road, and I don't want everybody to have to go down that road too. I think I did enough for everybody. And one thing about my husband, I can say, even through our struggle, I never had our lights cut off. And maybe one time, I think he said our water was going to get turned off. And then somebody said, girl, you better go fill your tub full of water. You know, but I didn't know all this little trick. And then I remember the time going on MUD and OPPD, standing in that line and talking to them and giving that. He said, well, can I give you this amount of money? I did all that too. But thank God that them days are over with. But we did those days too. You do what you have to do. But what I'm saying is that if you budget right, you shouldn't have to walk through that, going through it. Because most of us have done that. We should be at a stage in our life like, I'm tired. Aren't you tired? You should be able to be at a stage where I say, you know what? Something is wrong. I'm not doing something right. And when I was working at Omaha, I used to watch and listen to my non-African American people. So you take a guess who they are. And they were the people that They believe in saving. That was no and if or but. They believe in saving. And this one girl, what she did, she said, when they buy a new car, it may not be a brand new car, maybe 2 or 3 years old, but that car was paid in cash. They never had a bill. I'm going like, really? And she said, no, because we saved and we planned for it. So that is part of one of your long-term goals. Like you see in the future, I'm going to get a car, I'm going to start planning for the car. And then there was another girl, her and her husband, his job was sending him to St. Louis. So what they did was a move where she said, well, I'm going to, we looking at everything, our budget, and we're going to save half of my paycheck until we move. So she said that was about like 8 months, half her paycheck went in the bank. And the reason, and she said, and we lived out the other half in his paycheck. And the reason why she was doing that, her reason was that when I move, she said, I won't have a job right away. But we will have money already saved up until I get a job. In case I don't get a job in 2 or 3 months, we already have the money. Smart thinking. So if I had to do life over again, maybe 20 or 30 years again, that's one thing I would teach my kids to save. And that's the number one way of getting out of debt and creating wealth is saving. You always have to put money aside. Now, we know your income is, your gross is what you actually made. And you should always have the 10% tithe. You pay God next. And you know Uncle Sam, you got to pay Uncle Sam or he's going to take his money too. So when you subtract those, you have your net. And from your net is what is actually what you living out and paying your expenses from. The reason why I say you know paying tithes is a blessing. The scripture that everybody goes to Malachi. Malachi 3:8 maybe.
Will a man rob God? Yet ye have robbed me. But ye say, wherein have we robbed thee? In tithes and offerings.
Okay. Now, I'm a firm believer. I grew up in a household, my mama went to church, but my dad didn't. But my dad always told her, you better not be paying no tithes, you know. Don't be giving that preacher no money. Well, fast forward, I never thought I'd be Pastor White. But I knew in my heart, and I knew the scripture that you're supposed to tithe. Because when you tithe, you put God first, God can't help but come around and bless you for your effort. And also, I tithe off of my gross. And then some people tithe off their net. The reason why I do a gross is because I want a gross blessing.
That's right.
And if you tithe off your net,
People tithe off their net, that's not, what's the proper way, Sister Barlowe?
when I grew up, it was your net. It's all people, it's how you've been taught. If you tithe from your net, when you get your income tax, you got to pay income tax on your income tax because that's the money you didn't pay in between.
Wait, make sure, because, and this, when you have envelopes to pass out, because that is a serious question that people, a misconception that people come here with. So, the proper way is tithing off your gross.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, if that's a question, we have envelopes, so I want to make sure that we understand,
Yes.
But if I get a return from my income tax,
If you tithe,
I usually, if I tithe from my gross, but if I get, I don't have to do that, but if I tithe, from
your income tax.
yeah, if I got a return,
I don't think you have to because that's money you already paid into.
that's what I thought, but I paid
Yeah.
anyway.
But if you do your net,
People that, is anybody here that did not know that? Raise your hand. A lot of people didn't realize that there are people
Of
who
what?
tithe off their income tax.
okay,
You're not
are you a
supposed to
net
tithe.
tithe or a gross tithe?
Yeah, I've always done that too.
I only stopped tithing off of my income tax. Bishop actually taught that one time years ago, and that's why we're doing this. You can be in grace for years and not understand, and Deborah's passed around. As other things come up, make sure to write it down, and feel free to raise your hand, and we'll take the time and go over this for 2 days. But if you tithe off your gross, when you get an income tax refund, you do not have to pay tithes off of that. You are more than free to bless the house of God with whatever income you get, but you are not required. If you grew up and you tithe off of your net throughout the year, when you get an income tax, you're supposed to tithe off of that.
Right.
It should be taught at Grace Apostolic. God gets his money first. That's off the gross. That's off the gross amount. That's not what you bring home. So you need to look at your pay stub and see what you made and tithe off the gross. Is that clear that we're tithing off the gross?
And most biblical teaching would say you take your gross, then you take your 10% tithe, you pay your 10% tithe, and then I'm going to take his tax.
Right.
Which leaves the net.
Right.
So you're already taking your 10% from the gross.
Right.
And like I said, I want me a gross blessing. And you know, I didn't look at it till I heard somebody say it, and I got to thinking, and I said, I want a gross blessing, you know. I want a gross blessing. So once you do that, you're down to your net. And in your net, you will have housing, food, automobiles, you got insurance, which can be life insurance, health insurance, car insurance, and then you got all your debts. And then you have your entertainment. Now, I believe that don't be so gross that you're paying all your bills that you take time for yourself. Every now and then, you got to treat yourself.
Right.
You know, you have to treat yourself, but you got to be reasonable. But don't treat yourself with a bill money, the next thing you know you're behind. You got to pay Paul to catch up with Peter. You don't want to put yourself in that situation. And then, like I said, saving. Most people wouldn't talk to save, but you should talk to save. And they're young. Now, as to your question, you didn't ask me, but I'm going to give you a question. I'm going to give you an answer. Well, first question, do you have a lot of bills? No. Okay. You got one bill now. You got one bill now. And you're going to do this for the rest of your life. It's called the DB bill. You can call it Daddy Barlowe. You can call it Davion Baby, or you can call it Davion Refund. But I hope it be Davion Refund. Now, every month, every payday, you're going to put money in that fund, regardless of what. Treat it like a bill. Treat it like a bill. And when you start accumulating, you should never be broke, because you know you have this fund. So I advise that everybody, if you can, look at your budget. Everybody get your homework.
Yes.
Write it down. Okay. You need to put it in category by what you need to pay on this paycheck and what's going to be paid on that paycheck. That's something you need to do, so you know which paycheck the money's coming out of. Sometimes you might have to overlap. Like for instance, like you got house payment. Let's say your rent is $600, but I can't take $600 out my first paycheck because I won't have nothing for grocery. Because you know you gotta eat. So I advise you to take a portion that you want to set aside for rent. Let's say that, okay, $300, this paycheck will be for rent, and another $300, when the next paycheck comes, I already have my $600. But the most important thing, you got to learn to discipline yourself. I had to discipline myself real well, because I said, wait a minute, I'm getting up there in age, and I don't want to be still paying bills. I want to be, when I retire, I don't want to owe nobody nothing. So I'm on a road of trying to wipe out everybody. And you need to set a vision for your family. Set a vision. Your goal. And for instance, you said your goal that, Davion, that I want X amount of money by December. Set a goal. My goal was that, I'm about to tell Pastor all of this. My goal was I wanted to save $1,000 in my checking account. That's my cushion. I have $1,000 at all times in my checking account, but you never know when something might come up. And when I went to this class, this finance class, and the first thing they said, they get $1,000 saved up as quick as possible. And I'm going like, how the heck am I gonna get $1,000? Because they can pour. I don't have $1,000. And the first thing they said, well, sell something. You know, start selling stuff. So when we went back to the next class next week, a couple family got up and said, oh, I got my $1,000. Me, I didn't say nothing because I didn't have my $1,000. But the reason why they said start out with $1,000, that is emergency fund. So once you get your $1,000 emergency fund saved up, set aside, discipline yourself, do not touch that money. You got to learn the discipline. So once you put that money aside, then you start working on paying down some of your bills. So my goal for 2018 was make sure I had $1,000 and keep $1,000 in my account. Second, well, my goal was to pay out Barlowe. And pay out Sears. And my vision was 2018. In 2018, I wasn't gonna have those bills. And also, you gotta have a fund for contingency because you don't know what's gonna come up. Just like with our house, our pipe broke. So I was calling my husband, so he said, well, take this and take this, and then he turned around and said, and you got to put the rest in. And I'm like, what? But I had the money to put the rest in. My biggest problem I had was disciplining myself. I'm a type of person, I love going to Barlowe, and I love going to dealers. And I love catching the sales, just like crack to me. Seriously, I know when John Ma will put their dresses on sale. I know when they would put them shoes on sale. And my biggest problem, I go pay the bill and come back out with a bag full of stuff again. The Regency where our closet was made, it was over the garage. So it was over 2 garages. So I had one closet in this bedroom, then I had the closet in the garage. I had it so that I go take the clothes out the bedroom when wintertime came and put it in my room and take the other one back and forth. And I got to thinking, this don't even make sense. It really didn't make any sense. So I said, you know what? I will never reach my goal if I don't discipline myself. So the first thing I had to do learn that you're going to walk up in that store, pay your bills and walk back out. Or better than that, just mail the check in. So the first day I did, I just went in and put it in a little slot. Because I'm weak. I mean, I got shoes just sitting there. Ask me have I worn them shoes. No, they just sitting there. I got clothes still at Regency. I go, you only can do so much, you only can wear so much. But I had to discipline myself, and I fell out a little bit, you know. And then I would say, well, I'm gonna take the elevator up, that way I can bypass the second floor where all the shoes at. And then I thought, oh, it ain't gonna hurt me to look. And then I got busted. And then I said, ooh, let me see if I can find something for the grandbaby. Nah, when it comes to the grandkids, I don't care. You know, I'm buying something for the grandkids. But I have to tell myself, no. But I stayed out of Omaha, paid the bill, walked out the door, and I did it for a good 6 months. Paid them out. I was happy. I don't owe Omaha nothing. And now it's at to the point that, you know when they said a habit takes 30 days to break a habit? Don't bother me no more. I go look at the clothes and I go, I don't like it, walk on out the door. It's just like, now I don't see nothing that I want. Now when it came to, I looked at my bill and I saw serious. I said, where's Discovery now? And I said, oh, I only owe them $1,200. Then I said, well, if I keep paying in the minimum, I always pay more than the minimum. I think my minimum was like $50. Well, I'll give them $150. Right. But they still were charging me big interest because I bought that car years ago, and I'm getting charged at like 13-something point interest, which means that I'm getting charged $50-some. So I'm up here saying I'm paying $50-some for something I don't even use. So then I told myself, well, I know I got my little cushion. So I said 6 months ain't gonna hurt. So every month I gave them $200 regardless of what, and I did it. It was a sacrifice I did because that's goal number 2 I completed. And that's another way to get rid of your debts is start paying more down, paying more. What I did is I paid the little one out first, and the money that I used to pay for the little one, I turn around and put that money on the next one. Right. And that's kind of like a snowball effect. And if you say you don't really have money to do that, how many of y'all have a job where you can work overtime? Okay, that's another avenue of how you can get that money. Like Mila, I know you do a lot of overtime. Okay, Mila, I want you to challenge yourself and say, you're going to put $1,000 in your checking account and you're going to stay in your checking account. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Okay, Mila, let's drop it down to $500. $500. Now, anybody had a goal for 2019? Why I asked you where your family goes? Right. Was any of your goal what? Have an X amount of money by the end of the year? Yeah. Minimum 1,000 is minimum. I'm telling you, once you I'm telling you, when you have $1,000 sitting in your checking account, and you know you have $1,000 sitting in your checking account, that's a big relief. Because I had to go in for a surgical procedure, and the first thing they said, $200 before they do it. Everything is $200 down. And you go like, and I said, sure, no problem. I had the $200, so we came out of that. And so then they said, well, my insurance didn't pay for, so I think I got stuck paying $1,200. That was something that was unforeseen this year that happened. And then I woke up to it. And she said the same thing, $200 before I do it. Something about $200. So y'all need to have $200. I don't know why these days. They tell you if you have a procedure, you're going to have to give them some money before they do it. And then they say, well, then we'll work on you about the payment plan. And I said, sure. And now I'm at to the point I tell them what I'm going to pay. And I said, well, you know what? I give you $150 every month till I pay it out. And she was like, woo. I guess she thought I was going to say $50. I just wanted to get it over with. And I knew if I worked overtime, I had it done. So it ain't like it's coming out of my bill money because I chose to work overtime to make up the difference. So if you have a job that has overtime, I advise you to try using your overtime to help pay some bills out. And also, I always been the type of person that I always believe in helping my husband out when we work. You know, I always believe in helping him out because the saying that, you know, that you can be broke, but you don't have to be broke. You know? You don't really have to be broke. And I chose to be the type of person that I wanted to help my husband out because, you know, we were struggling. So we're going to struggle together. So whatever extra is extra, it's gravy. You know, and that's how I was. You know, like every time I had a baby, 6 weeks, I'm back up there working. I'm just, and that's a song Deborah James Brown said, open up the door, I get it myself. Yeah. Well, that's one of my mom. You know, I get it myself, open up the door. And because that's the way I am. If I want something, I do it. And, you know, and I know that in order with 3 boys, we needed the extra income. And so I helped my husband out. And so I can say, by me helping him out, I reap the benefits today. Yes, you did. Yes, I got bills. You know, my husband, you know, because now he pays the majority of the bill and the bigger bill because he makes more money than me. But I still have bills. I'm at the point where I don't ask him for no money because I just open up the door and get it myself. and in the state, you know, went to Texas and we rented a car, and I just love this little car. I never had a car payment because my husband always do the car payment. But I wanted this car, and I said, you know, I get my own car. You know, I know I can keep the car. I don't have to come home and be surprised if the car is gone. Because, you know, he trades cars just like he changes underwear. You know, serious. So I told him, I want a car just like this. And I said, but I don't pay no more than $200 a month. Seriously. And I said, if you gotta go be $200 or more, you walk away. I said, but I don't want to pay no more than $200 a month. And I said, I want it brand new. And I said, I don't want no big car. Something big enough to carry all my craft stuff in. And I don't want no gas guzzler. Right. And you know, so, and I told him what kind of car it was. So when I come home, he said, Deb, and I bought you a car. And he said, come on with me, and we're going to go to Blair. It was a Jeep. It wasn't the car that I wanted, but I was still happy. It was my car. So I said, well, did you get my price that I want? And he said, yeah, I got the price that you want. And you know, there's a co-worker we have the exact same car, and she paid more for my car than I do. I mean, she got $100 more than me, and she looked at me like, $200? I said, hey, that's what I wanted, $200. And that was it. And I said I was walking out. But the reason why it was $200 because my credit score went up. My credit score went up from, I think it was probably maybe in the high 5 something. We had a lot of bills, y'all. Yeah. A lot of debts. And today, when I paid off Discovery, I got it up to $754. And all I did was discipline myself.
Was that 200 down, or is that your car payment?
Car payment.
The car payment is only $200 to start for the Jeep?
Yeah.
Yes.
My husband got pulled, baby.
No, it's in my name, not his name. And I think it's because of my credit score went up. And the only thing I did, he said, when you go in, they're going to try to tell you this, and you say, no. So, you know, he said, I go, no, I don't want that, no, I don't want that. And the only thing I did was, the man said that you might want to take out insurance just in case, if you get a damage. No, I decided to lease a car. I want to try a lease. So right now, I'm debating. When my lease is ready to come up, I'm debating if I want to buy a car. I think I might want to buy, but this is the first time I said I want to try the lease program. So one thing about a lease car, let me tell you one thing about a lease car.
Yes.
You only get X amount of miles on it.
Yep.
And I got 30,000. I'm about ready to hit the 30,000. I'm going to be in a big trouble because I got about 4 months to go. And the reason I'm 30,000 is I took it out of town 3 times. But your tags are cheap.
Yes, they sure is.
My tags only cost me $500. When it comes to write it out, I had the $400.
Yes.
And that's all.
200 down, 500 floor, Jesus.
Yes.
But those are different avenues. And another thing, when you buy a car, I be looking at how much that gas gonna cost me a month, or every 2 weeks. I'm on a budget. My budget for my gas is $100 every 2 weeks. When I drove that bin cost me $100 1 week.
Yeah.
And I had to limit to where I'm going. And still, like, if I got errands to do, I got me a map. I go here. Everything is in a line. I mean, because that $100 was like killing me. So I make sure. And another thing about when you're looking at a car, you gotta check on how much your insurance gonna cost you.
Right.
It's gonna go by your age. You get a red car, it's gonna cost you more. Cause a red car is the most cars that get stolen the most. And I be looking at all of those things. I don't be looking at how nice the car is, and how big the car is. I be looking at what can I afford in my pocket so I can stay within my lane. Pastor Barlowe about that little smart car. That little bitty car. You don't think that little bitty car cost him a lot of money? Well, today Mercedes-Benz is the Mercedes-Benz is the one that you buy the car for at Mercedes-Benz in Omaha. So Pastor Barlowe took the car in for an oil change. Now that little bitty car, you think the oil change gonna cost him about $30 or $40 just a regular car payment? He comes texting me, he was hot. Got all these little fire wrong texting me. You wouldn't believe how much they charged me for this little car. He got charged about $130 for that little smart car for an oil change. Because it was a Mercedes dealer that does the oil change on that car. So, if your car is underneath a Mercedes-Benz, you're going to pay a Mercedes-Benz price. So, put it in your budget. Put it in your budget. Put it in your budget. That's what you want? Put it in your budget. Put it in your budget. And like I said, when you buy a car, you think about how much you're going to pay on your tax.
Right.
How much?
10. Yes.
Okay, that's 10%. Don't be riding dirty.
Okay.
Y'all can get away with it. I can't. No. Wait a minute. Is Brenda here? Where's my sister Brenda? There she is. I remember Brenda bought a brand new car. That was back in the day when she was just young. And Brenda, coming from Texas, you only pay like $25 for your tax, and that's it. But you come up here, woo! Brenda got a ticket. Coming to work, going to work in one day. And then she got another ticket, and another ticket. All because she didn't tag her car. And the tickets kept piling up. It's just like they just knew the route she take. Really?
Can't go down late. Can't go down late.
I mean it. But I'm saying that saving is a must and it's not an option. Saving can get you out of a whole lot of debts. And like I said, when I had to go in for these receipts, I already had the $200. And I'm at to the point now, even when I was paying off my Sears card, my little cushion got low. And I was like, woo, it got a little low. But I'm going to show you how I fixed it up, brought it back up. Like I said, I would work overtime. And I also, anytime I go out of town, it never come out bill money. Never. Any trip I take is never a bill money. Never. Because I set aside money. And I like to play with this money. There's a thing called envelope system. And you're working with cash. Now, I do envelope system only out for $150. The rest of my bills are paid with a check or deposit. But I only work with $150, and $150 is really my gas bill. It's my gas bill for my car, and I throw in $50 for whatever, it may be lunch or whatever. But most of the time I spend the $50 on craft stuff. So, I'm going to show you some of the little secret what I usually do. I take $100, everybody know when I go to the bank, they know when they see me, I'm going to ask for $150 off my checking account, and I said I want all 20s and 2 5s. This is what works for me. This is something secret this is what worked for me. How you can quickly just save money without even trying.
In all 20s and 25?
No, the reason why I do everything in 20 because I put my gas in 20. I'm the type of person, when it comes to driving a car, as soon as I tank at half the tank, I'm back at the service station. That's just me. Because I feel like if I get on E, who's gonna come rescue me? Really? Really? I don't think I can get somebody to come rescue me. So I'm back to my saying. I open up the door and get it myself. So I gotta be proactive. So I mean, my car had never seen E until Candy drove it. My car don't even know what E tastes like.
That's a man thing, I think.
And then when the last time we went to Des Moines, we almost didn't make it home. Because Pastor Barlowe didn't put gas in the car.
That's a man thing.
And it's somebody, God just a miracle. A service station just shows up out of nowhere. I've been in the car with him too many times. This doesn't happen. I kid you not. I remember one time we was at West Road, and I said we need to get some gas. Oh, we got enough gas. We left West Road, got on Dodge like we're going to 112th Street, and the car said, and he said, oh man, we ain't got no gas. He put that car in neutral, and that car coasted all the way down the hill, and we was at the service station. And he go, see that, I told you. I don't know, Pastor Barlowe, he be testing me. I'll be like, I mean, and every time somebody said, I saw this little blue sport car on the side of the road. She said, I know it wasn't Pastor Barlowe. I asked my husband, that's your car on the side of the road? He said, yep. You know, he done ran out of gas. Police, somebody always comes to his rescue. Even on the highway. You know, on the flat. The state trooper fixed the flat for him. I mean, Lord just blessed him. And I'm saying, now will that happen to me? No. If I get pulled over, they're going to give me a ticket? Yeah. He gets pulled over, just slow down, Pastor. And I don't like giving people money that I don't need to give no money to, and that's just for tickets. You know, y'all can talk about me driving slow. I got my first ticket in my life, and it crushed me. So now, I obey the laws of the land. The law said 35, then you're going to do 35. I ain't trying, y'all can talk about me being slow, but I'm keeping my money in my pocket. Now, Davion. Now, that's to me, that's wasting money. You throw money away when you get tickets. And y'all know y'all don't pay them tickets when the ticket is $75, them ticket goes up to $300, $400. You know, and you still go to jail. One while I was bailing all his first saints out of jail. I ain't doing that no more. They were going to jail for not paying no ticket. You know? So that's, finally Pastor Barlowe had to tell people, you know what, y'all need to pay all y'all tickets. I mean, first group of people. Right. I didn't know people do that.
Milo got a warrant now, y'all.
But, okay, back to what I do with I take $100 and I put it in an envelope. I mean, 3 envelopes. 3. Okay. I walk out of the bank with $150. I take the other $50 and put it in this envelope, and I got $100. So I keep this on me. Sometimes I don't, but I keep it with me because I got $100 for gas. And my gas is normally like $20. Now since gas is cheap, but I still put $20. I might let it go down 2 notches below half the tank, but I don't let it go below. And another thing I was told that when y'all let y'all car driving on E, y'all messing up y'all. So You throwing money away because once you have to get that fixed, that's more money. And they say you shouldn't be driving on E, especially in the wintertime.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Now, with the $100, I may fill up on, let's say, Monday. And depending on how much driving I do, I might have to turn off and fill up on Thursday. So I'm down to 40. And I spent 40, so I got 60 left. So I'm into the next week. So if I fill up on Thursday, I probably won't have to fill up until maybe, this is just $20. Now, if gas goes a little bit high, I'll probably put 25. But most of them it's always 20. I always use 20 for gas. I'm doing cash, no debit card. So by that time, I done spent 40. By Thursday, I put gas in it, that's 40. And then maybe by Tuesday, I put another 20. That's 60. Well, by that time, payday's coming around. So payday come around Friday, well, that's a whole new $150 I need to get out. And when I look up, I got $40 left over. So I take that $40 and it goes in an envelope C. And I do this every week, every month. Next thing I know, sometime I might have 30. And so if I have 40 in 1 week, 30 the next week, that's $70 I had accumulated. And I do this the next month, and within 4 months, I looked up one day, I had $300 I didn't even try.
Okay, go over that again.
And that was just simple. That was just simple. So when Pastor Paul said, oh, let's go somewhere, and I got my own money. I didn't use no bill money. I didn't use no rent money, no gas money. It was just money extra.
And that's the money out of the C envelope. Go over that again so people.
I mean, this is how I'm just saying where I work with my gas money.
Okay.
You know, I budget $100, but I don't spend $100. Now that might be a week where I might spend 80. And then I might be say, well, I might just take the other 20 and I might do something else. But that's how I do, that's how I come up with extra money to fund whatever I need to do. And that's just simple. I'm just playing with gas money. And that's what you call the envelope system. The envelope system, if you're using cash, you might have an envelope for rent, you might have an envelope for light, gas, and you might have an envelope for food. And let's say your food bill is, what, $300 or $400? Or that's too much? Ooh, I don't know. I wouldn't know how to ask. Okay, if your food is sometimes you gotta challenge yourself. Can I do this? You gotta discipline yourself. All your young wives, you need to discipline yourself. You can say, okay, our grocery bill is $300. You gotta be a wise person, wise wife, and how you gonna do your $300. But you know that some people sit there and write out what kind of bills they're gonna plan, and then they'll sit down, well, I'm gonna need this, and this.
That's right. Use the ads.
And use coupons. Kenny told me when you order food from Walmart, you ain't going over your budget.
That's right.
Because I can go in the store and I can spend more. I can go in for 2 things and I can come out and I spend $30. And that's when it's supposed to be, you know. I go in for the crack cookies. And these cookies that Walmart got, they are the best cookie. They're 98 cents, you get 3 of them. I'm telling you, they're good. They got the new one out now. It's white macadamia nut with cranberry in it.
Yeah, I like that.
One day I left church, ran to Walmart, they didn't have it. Then I went to L Street, they didn't have it. And then I went to 180th Street. Now, look at all that gas I wasted over 3 cookies. And so then, by that time, I was so upset. I went to the manager of the store. They always ask you anything, did you get it, did you find everything you need? And I said no. And I said I didn't get my cookies. And I went to Brian. And I said, Brian, street. And I said, when I come off of work, I want some cookies. I said, y'all didn't have not one cookie. Not one. I said, where are the cookies at? And you know what Brian said so cool? He said, I'll take care of that for you. Every time I go there, cookie, cookie, cookie. And I got a complaint with your store, Penny. Okay, I know I said I got this saying I can open up the door and get it myself, but that's some things I can't get for myself. Why I gotta put something I want on the very top shelf? You know, I gotta sit here and stand here and wait for a tall man to come by. And every time I say, excuse me, sir, can I borrow your height for a moment? You know, I felt helpless. And then I was there at Kenny's store, and I wanted me some. I'm telling you what I was looking for, Kenny. It was some Lipton Tea Peach Drink. And y'all had it on the high shelf way in the back. And I couldn't reach it. And I didn't want to stand on things, you know. So I went around the corner looking for somebody. You gotta look for people. So I found this girl. I said, she's only about 3 or 4 inches taller than me. And I said, I need a tall person. You're not going to work. So you need to find somebody tall. Because that's something that I want. And it's on the very, very top shelf. And so she looked at me and I said, you're not tall enough to get what I need. So she goes out and find a tall guy for me. So that's the only thing being short, that's the only thing I hate. You can't get stuff that you need. And then there was another store that had oatmeal. Why are you gonna put the oatmeal on the top shelf? They said, anything I can help you with, let me know. Okay, get back to the subject. but I say, my kids talk about me writing checks, because that's old school. But you still need, I think writing checks is still a good idea because it leaves a good paper trail. Yeah. So, there you got to figure, y'all need to sit down before y'all say I do. Amen. How you going to handle your money? Or y'all going to pool your money together? Or y'all going to, some people have separate checking account, and then they have another checking account where they put all that money, they put the money for the house together and stuff like that. You got to talk about all that. Remember, she got to get her hair done, she might want her nails done, she got to have all that. And a pedicure too. I mean, that's what girls do. You know? And just like you got to have them expensive tennis shoes. And another thing, you got to ask yourself when you put it in your budget, is it a want, a need, or a desire? What is a want? A want is food, shelter. You gotta have food to eat. You gotta have shelter. And you gotta have transportation. But in your circumstance, you might not need transportation because everybody on the East Coast subway and the train. So you might won't need it, but you gotta have money for the subway, so you got to put that in your budget. And you got to have insurance for your family. You got to have insurance for them. Life insurance and medical insurance for that too. And I know you got rental insurance. Okay. Now, with your little DD fund, set a goal how much you can save per paycheck. That's just one saving. So then you gotta have a saving for emergency that comes up. Like I said, I had to come up with $200. Well, thank God I had $200. Back in the day, I know I didn't used to have no $200. Each hour would be like, well, I will see you when I get the money. But write down everybody you owe. That includes loans, people you owe money to. And that includes doctor bills. Write those down. Group them by how you get paid. Okay. Now, there's another way you can get money. There's another way you can get money. How many of you guys get paid This Friday.
Government said not this Friday.
Side lender. So if you get paid this Friday,
March.
no, I'm talking about January, right?
January 18th.
Okay, 2019. Who get paid on January the 18th? Okay. Don't you know you have extra paychecks during the year? You got an extra paycheck in March,
March 29th.
and you got an extra paycheck in August. Okay. When I needed some extra money, this is what I did, is discipline. If you know how your bills are due and when they pay, because on March the 1st you got paid. That's check. Your bills should get you through all the way to March the 15th. And then you're going to get a paycheck on the 29th. And then you're going to jump down to April, you're going to have to get a paycheck on April the 12th. Somewhere on between the 29th, you should have some money left over before that 12th hit. Do not spend that money. Don't spend the money. Don't spend the money, either keep it in your checking account and just let it sit. Now, those people who get income tax, well, I don't get no income tax, I don't got no kids, but those you get income tax. Try your best to break the habit of spending the money. I know you gotta pay this person, because I know you got in the mode that I'm looking for this income tax, so I gotta pay this, and this, and that. Okay. But you should try to, don't go out and buy no big screen TV. Don't go out and buy, so I'm gonna buy me a new living room set with my income tax. Do you really need it? Want, need, desire. The best thing to do when you got an income tax, save it. You gotta prepare for the future. You have to, because you never know what comes up. Okay, you can make agreements. Say, let's say we're gonna get what the average amount of income tax. I don't know. I ain't never seen one.
They said the average of it was about $2,000.
Okay, $2,000. And when you got kids, $2,000. Y'all need to sit down, communicate. How we gonna spend this $2,000? What we gonna do with this $2,000? What do we have to do with this $2,000? I know everybody probably already got it made up what we're gonna do with this $2,000, but it probably won't gonna work this year. But next year you're gonna have to make it work. You should take that $2,000 and then say, well, maybe we'll just spend $500 and the rest of it just bank it. You know, I'm giving you $500. You know, and when you come to husband and wife, then y'all have to sit there and talk how we gonna do this money. Now, Kenny and Trey, y'all gotta make a whole new budget, a whole absolutely new budget. You need to start putting money aside. Do your job allow you to work overtime? So what?
They are now.
Okay. As long as I work at Omaha, it was every day we worked overtime. So like now I work overtime, so it's not like I work 6 days a week. But I do it because I got a goal I'm trying to do, you know, and I'm trying to pay this out and pay that out. But I do it because I don't have to do it. I do it because I'm trying to reach a goal. And the only way for me to reach the goal, I have to do the overtime to get the extra money to do what I need to do. But you guys, everybody that got kids, you gotta do a new budget. Sometimes you gotta update your budget. But babies coming along, you know, baby will change your whole budget. It'll mess up your whole budget. You know, my first baby we had that, I could tell my husband, we gotta say we can't afford not to. No, he said we can't afford to. I'm saying you can't afford not to. So I had a lot of complications. I had to take off work at 7 months, so things got a little bit out of hand because we needed that extra income. So he ended up pawning my wedding ring. You know, it's because we needed the money. So I'm saying you don't have to go that route. You need to start planning now. You need to start planning now. Kids and a baby will knock you off your budget. They really will. You have to plan. And you also got to plan, like, do little entertainment as family things. You got to put that in there. So, you know, we got entertainment as part of one of your things you should have set down. Because nobody don't want to work and you can't do nothing. I'm not trying to tell people you don't do anything, you know. For instance, Stephen and Ariel, they young. They don't have bills like most everybody has. You know, her husband probably can take her out all the time. So stay in your lane. You know, it's just them two. You know, and I'm sure she don't have a lot of bills. You know, so they probably can do a little bit more. Now, back to what I'm saying, that in your singleness, I'm serious, in your singleness, try your best to clean up your debts in your singleness. Clean it up. Because, let's ask yourself a question. Will you marry somebody? Not just because you want to get married, but do you look at what you bring to the table? Do you bring to the table a 300 credit score and I can't afford to do anything? Or are you looking for a savior to get you out of debt? And I think that's not right. That's not right. What do you say? I pity the fool. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right. You should be honest and say, you know what, my credit score is 300 and I do things right. But babe, if you really love me, I promise I will do better and work to pay out my debts. But don't say I do, then all of a sudden I change my mind. You can handle it. Now that's wrong. I'm just giving y'all some scenarios, That's wrong. You know y'all have all those debts. Work on it. And like Lon said, you said you had about 150.
Well, it was actually less than that. See, credit report, it was in 1903.
Okay. Lana, that's hope. What I'm saying is, if everybody write a budget, stick to a budget, because a budget will tell you exactly what you are doing wrong. I got these the little thing. This is what I want you to do. For a month, pass out those who really want one, who really want one, who really serious about working on their budget. I mean, some of y'all already know what to do, but what I'm going to give you is a little book. Yeah. You're going to keep a track of everything you spend. I don't care if you spend $1 on some candy, write it down. You buying coffee, write it down. You'd be surprised. I remember Queen telling how much money she was spending going to scooter. You'll be surprised how much you spend. Yeah, Dunkin' Donuts. Nah, I got my cookies only 98 cents, y'all. I went there last night and bought 3 bags.
3 bags? That's $3.
I know, $3 for 6 cookies when I can buy $3 and get 20 cookies. Now, do the math. That's right. But I challenge everybody to keep a journal of what you spend every day. And at the end of your 30 days, the day is the 15th, my baby daddy's birthday. If you need more, let me know. February 15th, the day after Valentine's Day, I want you to add up all your expenses. expenditure. See, does it match what you have done today and what you, all your bills and what you owe? Now, you supposed to put them in your, divide out what you owe, all your bills, in 2 weeks of how you get paid. You get paid every week, put them down every week. And you get paid every 2 weeks, they should be grouping every 2 weeks.
Wait, Mr. Barlowe, raise your hand if you can give us a
You didn't get a
Yeah, let me have one. Okay, let's just do this as an experiment here, as an experiment. Because I'm tired of being poor. And don't you know, if you can get this down pat, you can be wealthy. Wealthy people even got out of debt doing this.
I want to make sure the young couples have one. We can.
Yeah. Each one gotta have one. Each one have to have one.
Don't have one of these.
Now Chris and Echo, y'all have to work on. Have y'all got y'all budget worked on? Matter of fact, your budget should be. Candy too. Your budget. Start your budget new like that baby was there. Everybody that got a baby coming, y'all should be buying diapers already. Already. Buy your bag diapers already. Treasure, anything diapers that your baby outgrown, you keep them for the next baby. And Treasure, the blessing thing about it is, you really don't have to get anything because you already got everything now. The only thing you need to buy is a little girl dress, and that's it. But otherwise, you blessed that you have everything now. You ain't got time to be giving no diapers away. Keep your diapers.
You better write some clothes.
Yeah, and I found out there are some cloth diapers you can buy, and it comes in a little romper. And I always had a bag of cloth diapers just in case, because there might be days when you don't have no diapers. I'm telling you that. I always use cloth. I always had a pack of cloth diapers, even though I had to give Pastor Barlowe half the cloth diaper for his car. That was, but I always because this is how I have to think. It was just only me and him and the kids. I didn't have no family here. I didn't have nobody I can go to. I used Sears to buy diapers. I used Sears to buy, clothes. Sears was selling diapers. And another thing, when we budget our money, the needs of my kids came first. When they're on my grocery bill. I bought my milk. I bought my diapers and my baby food, and whatever left over, that was me and him, we had to live off of. Because there's never been a time I had to ask somebody for some diapers. There's never been a time I had to go and ask somebody, hey, I need some money, can you give me some money to buy some baby food? I never did it. It's just I was only like 23. God said he would give you wisdom. He will give you wisdom. Ask him for some wisdom and knowledge. You don't understand how to do that. Ask God to give me wisdom. Ask God how to plan for my family.
He's talking tonight. He is.
Ask him for wisdom. And with the scripture that said, may lead.
Yes.
Philippians 4:19. Y'all say this every day.
We should know that one.
Y'all say this every
But
day.
my God shall supply all your needs according to his riches in glory by Christ Jesus. I don't even have to look at it.
Okay. He'll supply all my needs. Even with a family, he'll supply all my needs. Asking for wisdom and knowledge. He give you the income. Then you have to be a steward of the income that he gave you. Don't squander your money. You squander your money, you're going to always be broke. You always want to be broke. You don't want to be broke all the time. It's time for us to move up. It's time for us to come on up. It's time for us to live the abundant life. And I'm a firm believer. This church will pronounce blessing on us. But we ain't ready to receive the blessing. If somebody gives you $1 million, y'all be broke by the end of the year because you don't handle that $1 million right. So, now I know I'm going to have some. Pastor Barlowe, he'll be in my pocket. He'll spend his money, and then he'll come back for mine. But all my young couples, y'all have to have a budget. Do not go through life without a budget. Do not go through life thinking that I'm always going to be broke and it's always going to be like this. All I'm going to live is from paycheck to paycheck. Change your mindset. It don't have to be that way. We done made all the mistakes for you. I would love to see couples that couples that they graduate from school and they both get these big jobs and they just living the life. But some of them underneath it all, it's a facade. Because they gotta have that new house, they gotta have that new car, but yet underneath they living from paycheck to paycheck. Don't you dare do that. I'm counting on you. Don't you dare do that. Don't you dare do that. Every parent that have children, you need to teach your children how to save. I don't care if it's 25 cents. I believe if you put it in them while they're young, when they grow up, they already have that inside of them. Nobody didn't tell us how to really handle money. I think everybody in high school should take a class in finance. I really do believe everybody should know should take a class in finance before you graduate. You should graduate at least. My motto, just another my motto is work smarter, not harder.
Right.
Why working hard to get this in me, when all you had to do was discipline yourself? Because I had to have that purse. I don't care how much it costs, I have to have that purse. And I have to have that shoe. You only got 2 feet. You know? Come on. I'll tell you, I got a closet full of shoes and they just sitting there. I'm just looking, whoa, how did I accumulate so much? Because it was a want, not a need. It was a want. So you got to ask yourself, when it comes to want, is this going to break me or can I live without it? I always tell my husband, I see these packages coming down, I say, that's a want or need. Well, I can't tell him that. He'll tell me. And it's a need. Just like you say, I want this steak. Ask yourself, can you really afford the steak right now? Or should you just get the hamburger and some, green beans and potato? But no, I'm going to Outback. They got that 4-course meal, $15.99 for a 6-ounce steak. And you can pick a side and dessert and get a salad. I know that. Then you ask yourself, that was $15.99 I done spent plus tax. When I could have took that $15.99 and went to the store. Plus tip. No, I do take out, but I do tip them because I feel guilty. Yes, you do. I'm sorry, I just feel, but you know what? I was battling this in my mind. Do you tip a person for takeout? Speak up. And so I Google it. Some say yes and some say no. So then I started to go ask my baby daddy. And he said, girl, yeah. That's what he didn't do nothing. And I thought about it and I said, why not? They did something for you. I ain't go in that kitchen and cook. Yeah, who gets the money? But I've been tipping. And I've been going like, what did he do? I stood out there in that car, then I had to turn around and call them. Then I said, I'm not going to give him no tips. And then when they brought the food to me, I gave them a tip anyway. But you got to think about your wants and your needs. Do I really need that outfit? Really? Do I really need that outfit? Or should I go ahead and pay this bill?
That's too much like rap.
Say it again, man.
Really? Now, if you want a budget, now another thing about when you do the envelope system, if you working with, it works good when you're working with cash. Now, like I said, I don't pay all my bills in cash. I pay my bills with checks, and the main bills are really with checks, or either I just do online. But I play with the $150. That's how I got the extra money. But if you get paid on these days, that's an extra paycheck. I don't know about the other days. Y'all should also get an extra paycheck too. So when you get your extra paycheck, you know, it might overlap from the last. You might have to take a little bit trying to make ends meet till the next paycheck come in, but you still have a little bit of extra money left. And it does, you do. So why not just tuck it away? Why? You know you got tax coming up next year. Now this is what I did for my tax. Before I had my Jeep, the deal with Pastor Barlowe was that, you know, all I had to do was buy my tags. Man, them tags were costing me like $1,200 a year. To me, that was a lot of money. But this is what Dad did. I divided by 12, and I saved that money every month. And I knew that I can work overtime, and all I had to do was work maybe about like 5 or 6 little hours. I got my money, and I stuck it in an envelope.
Now that's smart, Sister Barlowe.
And so when time for tag came, I pulled that little envelope out. I didn't come out of no bill money. It didn't come out. I already had my money.
Did you wear handcuffs?
Huh?
Did you wear handcuffs so you would go and take that?
No, it didn't. I got to the point where it don't bother me no more. Once I got used to it, it just don't bother me. I mean, I crunch numbers every day. But I knew that I got to pay for the tax. You know, because he said if he's making a car payment and paying the insurance, you know, he asked me, can I pay for my tax? And I know every year them tax didn't even go down that much. When you get them little lucky cars, they don't go down that much.
Right.
They don't. You know, if I've been paying $1,000 for that little Lexus every year, it didn't even go down. For 5 years, I've been paying over $1,000 some dollars for some tax. But that's what I did every month. Now, if I needed $100 per month, and I know I get paid every 2 weeks, all I have to really work maybe 4 hours a week. So I may have 50. I was throwing that little tax too. So I wasn't really able to cover the tax. So basically I probably had to work just 4 hours for one paycheck, and another 4 hours for the next paycheck. I had my money.
Those numbers, it was real crunching those numbers.
And that's how I came up with my tax. And like my tag for the car, now that it's only $400, well, I immediately got that money saved up. $400. I just worked me some overtime till I got my $400.
You got it now already? What is your tax due?
My tax is due in June.
You already got the money?
I have to pay this June because I have to turn the car in, or you know, I have to buy. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet.
What you going to do with that tag money?
Tag money? Probably, if I have to get another car, you can put it on another car. But another thing about
You got your Dubai money?
I already paid that. I gotta get my money for my spending money. Oh, let me tell you something else. I do that for my trip. I work my overtime.
The envelope system for your...
I put if I work, and another thing about on my job. That's why I tell people, now I really didn't want to, I worked claims and did it for 20 some years. I said I was done with claims, don't never want to do claims ever again. Then I went to the post office, and then I got laid out, and then all of a sudden I went to the, what's called that place you go? Employment office. And I thought, man, I can be lucky. You know, some people say you can, you know, play the system, get a check every month. Man, that ain't last me 2 months and they come calling me, but they got a job for me. And you hear some people come, man, I've been a whole 2 years. And so the job, they said, we got you to be a validator. I said, well, what is that? And she said, oh, validating claim. And I said, that's the last thing I ever wanted to do. But I went ahead anyway, because I haven't done a claim in like 2 years. Like you said, it's just like riding a bicycle. Came back. Well, lo and behold, when I went in there, it was number 11 Youth of Omaha. I got hired just for the fact that I used to work at Youth of Omaha. And the thing about it is, and it was one of them companies where they said, if the whole team excel, the company will give you a bonus. Now remember, I didn't want to go back there. But sometimes God will send you back to a place you don't want to get, where you don't want to go, and turn around and bless you. That's why I told somebody, go back to where you came from. You'll be surprised there might be a blessing in there. And so, I started as a validator. I didn't like it, and I said I wasn't going to last a year. But I was so precise in what I did. I didn't reach the goal, so they put me somewhere else, which I'm just a bomb. They asked for a review. I said, you get good, very good, excellent. I'd be crazy. You're going to tell me to write my own review. I'm going to tell myself I'm excellent. I sure did. You asked me to write it, I'm the bomb. I'm the best person you got. I sure did. And I told them, I said, why y'all pretty good? I said, I'm telling them I'm excellent. And I said, I'm 100%. And I am, because I go every day and put my hand on the computer and say, in the name of Jesus, give me wisdom and knowledge, Lord. And Lord, let me bless that I don't have an error. Because if you get an error, you don't get no money. You probably get $25. But if you do 100%, man, you can get $300. That's $300. All I have to do just don't get no error. So that's on the last paycheck. Because people go, why your last paycheck bigger than us? I said, oh, it's just bonus. So on the second paycheck, when I go to the bank, I tell them, oh, I need $350. Because I know I got $200 extra. And that goes in my envelope for my trip. Well, whatever you need. Now, and that's all. And that's how I did it. And it didn't come out of my. I didn't mess with no bill money. I didn't mess with no car payment money. And there's an envelope that says Dubai. There's an envelope that says miscellaneous. There used to be an envelope that says WDB for William. You know, he stopped paying, and I just stopped putting money in that envelope. So he always come to me, got a 20. I know you got it. Because he know I deals in 20. Now, when it comes to grocery, if you decide to do the challenge with your grocery, you got to stay in your budget. Let's say you went to the store and got your envelope. Go back home and get your envelope. And if you say you're going to go to the store, I'm only going to spend $100, it's $300. You stick to the $300, and if you got more than $300, you got to put stuff back. You got to discipline yourself within your $300. Because if you don't discipline yourself, you're going to mess up your whole thing. Now, if you have another envelope, let's say, clothing. Well, you don't have to buy clothes every week, do you? But there's some people that reward themselves and buy them something every payday. Some people do that. Some people do that. Pastor Barlowe get a reward every day. Candy said he's sitting tired of boxes coming through the house. And he said he treats himself. He said, you don't know what it's like dealing with people. I got to treat myself. You know. But sometimes, like, let's say your budget for was $300 for grocery. And let's say that you did a good job that you only spent maybe $270. But you got $30 left over from your envelope for grocery. You can either take the $30 and let it go toward the next month grocery, or you can take the $30 and put it in a saving or save something, or you just can take that $30 and say, I'm treating myself off. So you did a good job, because I think it might fluctuate back and forth, but Chris, she stand by diapers. Chris, she shouldn't buy diapers. I told Candy that. And Candy, if I'm correct, you said you didn't have to buy a diaper for about a year.
About 11 months for diapers, and I think I went 8 months before buying diapers.
Yeah. Because I told her, I said, hey, you need to start buying diapers. Put money aside for diapers. Put money aside for diapers. And if I'm correct, I think Corinne got so much diapers, she had to put some over her mama's house. And don't be asking Corinne for no diapers. aside my diapers cost. I couldn't believe how big box of diapers cost. I don't know what could have made it this age. You know, diaper costs a lot of money. And I say, put the diapers, put them aside now before the baby comes. Because I'm going to tell you when that baby comes, you got to readjust your budget. Baby's going to make you readjust everything. Everything. Children will. And just like when school starts, wait a minute. Okay, I gotta wind it down. Just like when school starts, there's another thing I did when I had kids. I always thought the store that had layaway. I had 3 boys. And like I said, by being a mother, I had to get steward of my house and my children and how to budget the money. And so it came out of my pocket. That's how I got stuck with a dealer's bill. You know, my kids, I want this, they want the latest. You know, cause sometimes you kind of feel like, well, okay, maybe I just give them one shirt. But dealers used to have a sale about the close out of season, at the end of the season. So when summer's over with, maybe about October, September, October, they begin trying to get rid of all their summer clothes. And I go and probably spend about $400, but that's for 3 kids. And I always tell them, all right, you're going to wear one. But the rest are going to keep it in this bag, and it's going to stay till next year when school starts. So when school starts, yeah, I already had their clothes. I didn't have to go out buying no school clothes from them, because I already did it. Even when it came to underwear and stuff. I bought all that. I went to a store that had layaway. If school got out in May, the store would start having layaway around June. And I would buy all that underclothes and that socks and put it in layaway. And then when by the time August comes, I get it out of layaway because I'm making payment. I had to do it that way. And also when it came to Christmas, I did that for Christmas too. I put things in layaway because I wanted my kids to have Christmas without breaking the bank. And these are just some things that I decided to do just to keep me to stay within a budget. And this year I told myself, I'm going to make me a new envelope and this will be called a Christmas and Thanksgiving budget. Because you know Thanksgiving, you can spend a lot of money on Thanksgiving. And I always tell Pastor Barlowe, you know, when I was used to doing the offering, I noticed that offering usually low around Thanksgiving and Christmas. Because everybody's going to have Thanksgiving. And everybody's going to have Christmas, you know. I don't know, it's just the way people are. You know, because people want to eat. This is a big time when you're going to have all that good food. You know, you eat big on Thanksgiving. And so I told myself, I'm going to put them inside of Thanksgiving and a Christmas. You know, like they say, Christmas club. You work at your Omaha? Y'all still have do y'all still got the what? No, do y'all still have the credit union? No, credit union still. And when I used to Omaha, I started out putting $25 away in the bank. You know, for saving. That was $50 a month. And every time I got a raise, I didn't spend the raise, I put the raise in the bank. Till I got, my goal was to get $100. Till I was paying $200 a month. That's what I did. And then another thing about it, because I know I can work overtime, I can always make up the money. So if I know that I'm going to put $200 away out of savings, I knew exactly how many hours overtime I need to work to recover that money back. It's so like doing a even exchange. That's what I did. And another thing about everybody's working, your company have a 401k, you should think about getting in the 401k because that's your retirement. Because if you don't do it, you got to think of something about what you're going to live on for. That's why I said, I'm giving myself 3 years, and I want to be, when I retire, all I'm going to have is phone bill, cable bill. That's it. That's all I want to have because that's all I want to afford. You know, because things going to change. I won't have an income every 2 weeks coming in. Things going to change, so I got to start adjusting now for the change. So that's why I'm on it now. Is I'm trying to pay out everybody. So that's what I have today, and I want to leave this. Make a monthly budget can work. Learn to discipline yourself. List all your expenses and list them, group them according to how your income you're going to pay your check. Try your best to pay everybody that you can, because you want to get your credit rating up. If I can do it, you can do it too. If somebody can get themselves out of $165,000 worth of debt in 7 years, you can do it too. It's not impossible. If you can do it, it's all about how bad do you want it. And use your little book to track your expense. When you look at it a month from now, you'll see where you're spending a lot of money at. And then you ask yourself, do I really need to do that? Do I need to be spending $30 at scooters? Well, that's a month, a week?
A day.
How much were you spending? Okay. Just like Pastor Barlowe, $20 a breakfast a day.
Every day.
Is that necessary?
$22.
And he brags about it.
I'm talking about the man of faith.
But I guess you feel that way about it. I guess you should.
I'm about to go take it.
I'm just not there yet. My budget would be busted if I did that. I stay in my own lane. Okay, and miscellaneous, make sure you have miscellaneous. Miscellaneous could be unforeseen stuff that may come up. Always have a miscellaneous. You know, for instance, maybe your tire might bust and you gotta go buy a tire. Did you know you can get insurance on tires? I didn't know that, because somebody told me that. I didn't know that. You know, I always go to Sears and tell them to give me a good tire. You know, when it comes to bad, I want to die hard. You know, I didn't know that, but you didn't get insurance all the time. I didn't know that. Once you start paying all your bills off, you can really start investing. I don't know too much about investing, how to do it. Talk to Coach Robert. He's a banker. And you need insurance, you can talk to Tim Wilson. You need insurance. And I say for insurance, get a term insurance. That's the best one to get while you're young. While you're young, it's cheap. Everybody has kids. All your kids should be on a rider, on somebody's insurance. Echo and Chris, when your baby comes, Cammy, you got 30 days to put your kid on a rider and 30 days to put your kids on insurance. If you don't put your kids on insurance within the 31st day, you got to work a whole nother year. They don't tell you all of that, but when you have a child, you got 31 days to put your children on your insurance. That includes medical insurance, and that also includes life insurance. They don't really cost nothing for little kids. And also, you understand about the envelope system. I'm only working with cash. You don't have to do. I just said challenge yourself. If you want to set yourself a goal, if you want to work, how much y'all allow for gas?
$70 every 2 weeks.
$70?
$70 a month.
$100 a month?
Because I live downtown and work, so.
How much you do? $200 a month? Are you spending exactly $200? Ooh, girl, I can work with that. Oh yeah. And another thing, the more I go, then I'm gonna spend more gas. Okay. Maya can walk to church, y'all. I got on Maya one summer, and I said, "Why are you driving to church when you just 3 houses down?" And she looked at me and said, I said, "But Maya, you only right down the street. That's exercise." So the next day I came to church, got in the parking lot, and Maya was like, I didn't expect to see that. But Maya should be good now. She made a dog to church now. Okay. Y'all understand about the extra paycheck? You get 2 this year. If you get paid this week.
And Sister Barlowe, if they get paid next week, May is the first time you guys get paid 3 times, and November this year.
And that's a good way of putting money aside. Just don't spend it. Say, what do I this extra money? What can buy this? Get out of stop doing that. Stop doing that. You know, put money aside. Put money aside. There's a Chinese proverb that goes like this. Y'all heard it before. So when I say take it, it's how you want to take it. You give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. You teach him how to fish and you will feed him for a lifetime. So I'm asking you, what are you going to do tonight?
Fish sandwich.
Are you going to take finances, budgeting seriously? And would you rather have a lifetime or enjoyment of what God has given you?
Right.
Everybody can turn it around. Everybody, no matter how much you owe, you can turn it around. You can make phone calls. You can ask them, can they lower your interest rate? Or sometimes they might even give you a write-off. And some people say they had gone to financial consumer places and where they did little financial write-off. But you better read on that, because I know there's a fee for that. But some people say they really work. But there's a fee for everything. But I'm saying, God gave everybody wisdom and knowledge. Is that here tonight? He wants some finance too. God gave everybody wisdom and knowledge. And I'm telling you, with what God gives you, work with what God gives you, because He said He will supply all our needs according to His riches and glory. Make 2019 that your year that you're going to make a change with your finances. It's not that hard. It's called discipline. And like I said, anybody over 50, we almost up to the point where we're going to get ready to retire. How would you like to be in your 20s and you work 30 years and you retired at 55? My sister retired at 55. My brother retired at 55. And Sister Barlowe still working. And you can retire at 55. If y'all get these principles into you now while you're young, you can do it. And by the age of 40, every young person by 40, you can be living a good life. Why do it at 40? Do it at 30. You know? And get out there and see the world. You know, put that in your budget. Just like Cameron said, he planned on taking his family to Disney World. Because Zoe didn't ask him. And you know, I'm going to make this real quick. I want to say, Cameron, I'm proud of you. Cameron asked me a couple of weeks ago, said, Mom, I'm glad you with me, we're going to go to First Watch. And the first thing came to my mind, okay, that's a catch to that. So he said, you know, we're going to go to First Watch, and then we're going to Nebraska French tomorrow. I heard the word Nebraska French tomorrow. And, you know, and so I said, okay, why not? Spend some time with Cammy and Elo and her family. And you know what? And Kiki and her family, Kiki and her kids were there, and Elo mom came. And I really came. I really had a nice time hanging out with you guys. I really did. I'm so proud of this kid. This kid, that's my baby. He paid for everybody's food. Candy took my car because I was parking the wrong way, and Candy parked my car somewhere by here. And I said, okay, but I worried the whole time that I was going to get my car towed. And I said, man, that's $300 on the drain. I was thinking that. And then then we went to the breakfast and he said, Mom, I want to show you this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to get Zoe for a bed. And let me show you, he was going to look for stuff for the baby. And I was like, I could have just cried in the store. You know, that he's trying to plan and make preparation for his family and the new baby along. And I just want to say, even though I probably with y'all about 4 hours that day, that was the best 4 hours I spent. And I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you. Just see him really becoming a family man. And take care of his family. Take care of little Zoe. But I don't think I keep telling Zoe is a girl. Treat her like a girl. Ain't no little boy. But I'm going to turn it back over to Pastor Linda, and that's going to be here tomorrow. Give it up for Sister Barlowe. Don't go too far. Don't go too far. Hold on, because she got some things to pass out. Y'all got more homework to do. Somebody like, oh, give her back the microphone. First of all, the cards, we got a little bit. Anybody have a question? Okay. Anybody have a question on their cards? We're going to collect the cards. I'm not coming back tomorrow. She went over a brief summary, and I know y'all was like, okay, but what? So please write it down, and we're going to collect them, and she can look at a couple of them. We can go over today. You need a card, or who needs a card to write down? Before we do the envelopes, they have a question, because Sister Barlowe, we're going to collect them so you can have an idea of what, because some of the stuff, if you've never heard it, you just sitting there, and I don't want this to be a class where we just have a seminar and you like, that's totally not for me. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I'm never going to be that disciplined. Yes, you can. And maybe you don't know where to start. Ask a question and we can help you. Then she's going to pass out the envelopes. Some of you guys, that works for you. You can cash. That's good. I got mine. She has 7 envelopes. If you are serious about starting the envelope system, raise your hand. First of all, raise your hand if you need a card for questions. So, May, is that what you're doing, the card for questions? Raise your hand if you need a card for questions. Okay, we are Rhea, Blue, Kenny, and Trey. Now raise your hand if you are serious about the envelope system. The envelope system. So Deborah Washington is going to give you a stack of envelopes. Everybody gets 7. Now, I know she briefly went over that, and we're going to have her come back, Sister Barlowe, because I guarantee you're going to get some inbox, some text messages. There's some questions here. We'll collect the envelope, collect the cards for questions. And I got like a bunch of them, because one thing is you talk about saving. If you're not used to saving, you think, well, how do I even get started? What's an appropriate amount? And that's why you have the homework of did everybody do their homework and write down all your expenses? Anybody get surprised when they wrote that down and be like, this is way more than I thought. This. I saw some lips twisted. Anybody look at that and be like, yeah. That's why we started class at 7 o'clock. Because it's a lot. We got to get there. It's not just for Sister Barlowe. And she's so honest about her testimony. And sometimes we try to get into a different realm. Our man of God is on another level. And I tease him about being a hoarder. But everything he has, he deserves. Because he has to deal with all of us. But you cannot live like that. You ain't there. You ain't dealing with souls like he is. So you can't feel like I'm entitled to go and get a package come to my house every day. If you have disciplined yourself, she got envelopes right here, and if you need the envelope system, then you can live like that. But she said a lot of good things about wants, needs, and desires. And she's honest about, I am amazed at how disciplined, and here's the thing, that how blessed we are. We have somebody sitting right here who is a living testimony, disciplined. And so there's no excuse for us not to be. That's the spirit over this house. So maybe do you need cards for a question, Mila? Just one, Mila. Everybody get one card, Mila. There's the front and the back. Let me get it. Look, this is the card. What? I can't. Anybody else with? Okay, so we have the envelope. What is your hand up for, hon? Yeah. Now look, we if you are out of envelope or you didn't get the little notepad, that's to write your expense down. If you don't have it, by all means, I'm not going to have Sister Barlowe go back out and buy some more. It's not in her budget. You absolutely can. And another thing about me, disciplining myself, and if I know I got $400, it don't even bother me. I don't cheat and go take it. I just set aside and, go on to the next one. It's because I discipline myself. And once you do it, it just don't bother me anymore. That's a good point. Anybody here get paid once a month? That's discipline on another level, because you do have to make sure that money, welfare, they announced on the news that the EBT, they're distributing the EBT funds from February early, and I had somebody actually call me at work a little panicked. So you getting your EBT, your food stamps, January 20th, that's all for February. So don't come back to Trump February 15th looking for another refill. That's going to be a hard time to budget. But it can be done. If you get paid once a month, you have to learn the discipline and spend it out. So anybody if you have a question, you can bring the questions. We'll give them to Sister Barlowe. But if anybody real quick, like, hey, I just want a real quick clarification on something, feel free to ask. Otherwise, bring your envelope. If you have your envelope, Milo, we don't have time to wait. What is this? Okay, all right. Bring it, yes. James, that's a little kid. That's good. Yes. Okay, what's the quick question? These, bring your envelope. If you have a question on there, just bring those up for Sister Barlowe so we'll go over some more tomorrow. I know one thing somebody mentioned about saving. How much should you start with? How much do you start with? Anybody, 10 cents? 10%. That may not work for everybody. Because there's people struggling with 10% of tithes, now that we know we're supposed to tithe off the gross. So there's some people, and that's easy to say, but some people, it may just be like every payday I'm going to put $20 aside. Just start with $20. For some. Yeah, you got a quick question? She asking for a friend. That means it's just her. She ain't asking. What do you mean? That's a good point. We're talking about refund checks, and she asking for a friend who gets a student loan and they get a refund. Do you tithe off of your refund check? She's trying to get her whole financial advisor. She just brought her whole budget up here. Not just and that's a good point. So we're going to get to that. A lot of people have, let me see the little book. Who grabbed the little book? And the reason why I brought my laptop, and Davion brought his laptop, is because there's so many apps. Queen, remember that class we took? I still have that on my laptop. Every receipt, I just enter it. I save every receipt and I go home and I enter it into an Excel spreadsheet, and it adds it up. It has my budget in there and it adds it up, and it lets me know you've been going to Chick-fil-A and Raising Cane and Joe Test a little bit too much this month. But I put it in there. I don't even, because I force myself to look at that and say, look. So if you have those apps, Davion has a Quicken app. He takes pictures of his receipts. It automatically goes to the app and it just does the math for you. So if you have, there are different, those who are computer savvy, but I started out with just writing things out. So if you there are different apps, and that's what teachers are different apps where you can put that in. So now, Tina got an app too, or she's trying to get a finance provider. Everybody go to everydollar.com. Dave Ramsey. Y'all hate on Dave Ramsey, but I had to write him in and say, dude, if I'd have listened to you, I wouldn't be in the situation I'm in. That is one of the best. He's hard because cash is king, but one of the things that he teaches that is so profound that Sister Barlowe said that $1,000, in fact, if you don't have the $1,000, you shouldn't be saving. And that was stunning to me. Stop putting money aside if you don't have $1,000 that's at your home, that's for an emergency fund, and then you start saving. So $1,000 is an absolute minimum you should have every day of your life. Okay, yeah, we know you up there shaking your head. You probably got what is it, 3,000 did you say now, Gabby? Almost 2. A minimum, and that's hard. So here's the thing, Sister Barlowe, because that's for an emergency fund. Give me some examples of what's an emergency fund as opposed to what should be coming out of your miscellaneous. That's a good question. Okay. I went to Dave Ramsey class, and that's the first thing they told us when I said $1,000, and I went like, what? How? But emergency fund could be, let's say, your tire, you hit a hole in the street, and your tire busted. It can't be replaced. You need to buy a new tire. That's when you can use that emergency fund to go in to get that tire. But once you take that money out, make sure you put it back in. And then then I say go ahead and start another emergency fund. That way you never touch the $1,000, but you touch the other emergency fund. Yeah.
That's $2,000.
Yeah. You don't have to have 2. You can say I'm set aside maybe $300 or $500. If you own a house, you better have an emergency fund, because when fucking bust in your house, they ain't gonna tell you lil wagon. They expect for you have cash or credit card. And just like when we had our pipes, but I had to pay 2 people in one day. I had to pay the plumber. And then I had to call in the man to see where the leaks and how to stop the leaks and how to cover up, and they had to come and put fans in. Cold cash. It just so happened that we had the cash. And I couldn't file it on my insurance, so my deductible was $5,000. I had a high deductible. So we know that we better have at least $5,000 in cash because our deductible is $5,000. That's the same way with a car. When you hit something, you got a deductible, well, you can't file a claim because you won't end up paying it anyway. So those are other kind of emergency. I have at least 2. One keeps $1,000 all the time. That's a good feeling. Know that you got $1,000 sitting down there. And you can write a check in case a bill comes up, if you got something to cover that check. But everydollar.com, that's a good app. You put in everything you do, and it'll tell you where you at. And this is about Dave Ramsey. And I recommend that 110%. That's a good one. Everydollar.com. We do. And there's a ton of information out there. And we can have this every week, just like we have Super Tuesday class and Wednesday Bible class and Sunday morning fire starters. But the only thing that's blocking you from being blessed is application. And we're not going to waste this about all the time. We will extend it tomorrow because I know there's questions that people are asking and things that need to be discussed. So then we have an outline of, okay, these are the issues that pertain to in here. So we'll extend it. But then after that, you got to apply it. And you can go back and you don't never have to buy diapers in advance. You don't never have to have a budget. And you'll be in the same situation. But for somebody said, look, I needed to hear that, Sister Barlowe. I just need to sit my butt down and discipline myself and look at it, and I can do this. I don't have to be struggling, and this is not going to be a part of me. You're going to go to a different level, you have to be a different person. Anybody else real quick? Okay, tithes. We're clear on tithes? Let's plan. Let's plan. We good on that? Again, if you have a question. And the reason why I don't want you to just run up to Sister Barlowe, because I guarantee you somebody else has that question. So write it down and she can collect them and then we can get them addressed.